Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Pelicans tonight. Guys, what a great win for the Lakers tonight. Obviously, this was against the Pelicans, so this was supposed to be an easy win for the Lakers to achieve. Obviously, they had a really good run in the first quarter. The second quarter was a bit of a head scratcher at one point. They lost the lead in the second quarter, but the third quarter came about and they basically, went on a little bit of a run, but then the fourth quarter was what really sealed the Lakers win tonight. And it's kind of been kind of like a trend, what we've seen from the Lakers so far. In second half, fourth quarter situations, they go on a big run in the fourth quarter. And it's because of the offensive push that Luka and LeBron James brings together when it comes to that sort of instance in the fourth quarter. It was a big fourth quarter run, but as Daniel puts it, I'm glad you're on this on the in the chat. It was an ugly win. I agree with you on that, and most people will say so. But at the same time, a win is a win. Any chance that we get, no Austin Reeves, and the defense is still not the greatest on this Lakers team. The rotations, it still sucks. But at the same time, with the way things are right now, any win that the Lakers achieve in this circumstance that they're on, then that's the only alternative. I mean, that's the only way that the Lakers have to do things now to achieve a win. It's not the best outcome, and head scratchers left and right. But at the same time, you just have to do what you have to do to win games. And we saw some some of the players, including DeAndre Ayton, showing up in this game, and it's just something that we have to really appreciate. Obviously, not the best performance out of Jake LaRivia. After 2 games, he went on a tear, being like the third option, subbing in esque type of player that he's doing for uh, what Austin Reeves was doing for us since the beginning of the season. Half the time he becomes this first option, the second options at times, but Jake Luria did what he had to do and showed up in this game. Sorry, not my fault. Not in this game, but the past couple of games. But when it comes all said and done, it was a really good performance from what we saw from DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, from LeBron, he let it up. I mean, he showed up, and as Daniel puts it, he carried the Lakers in this win tonight against the Pelicans. And it just we needed this win. We had to beat the Pelicans, because tomorrow we're going to go on the road, and that's against the Spurs. So that is going to be a potential matchup for sure. That it may going to be a struggle for the Lakers, but at the same time, it is something that we need to hopefully hope the Lakers show up in that game tomorrow. So I mean, we're on a 3-0 streak right now. I mean, we're on a winning streak right now with 3 wins, and we're undefeated in 2026. So hopefully they continue this trend and what they're doing right now. So hopefully they continue to just keep going when it comes all said and done. So, but LeBron did carry this team. There was some struggles from Luka in this game. I know that for sure. And so yeah, Daniel here is putting out all the headlines of this Lakers win tonight, and some struggles. And wow, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Murphy, what was it? Trey Murphy? Yeah, Trey Murphy the third. I mean, he was awesome tonight for the Pelicans. I mean, the guy is just an unbelievable talent. And if there's any other way we can get him, that would be awesome. I mean, the guy is such a great talent. I think he can fit well for this Lakers team, no doubt about it. But but he balled out, and there were a couple of fouls that the Lakers were committing against him, and he was just playing lights out against the Lakers, when it came down to it. So yeah, for sure, I agree with you on that. Luca, yeah, yeah, he struggled, but clutch at the end, and Larivia played well. Well, did he really play well? I mean, we will get to his stats in just a bit. All I know is when we went into the fourth quarter, he only had 1 point and he had 4 rebounds. Okay, let's give him that. But still, I mean, maybe numbers stat wise doesn't show how well he played, but same goes for like Jared Vanderbilt. Doesn't really show how well we see like in the game how well he plays. So I mean, maybe in the game he was showing some other way of talent, but I don't know. For me, I think he did not have the best performance out there tonight. I think he had 3 points, right? So I might be mistaken. I got to check his stats tonight. But other than that, I mean, he was not at his best, and we saw some struggles from Luca. But he did manage to give us 30 points though, so let's give him credit for that. So a lot. That's all I have to say. Yeah, Spurs on Wednesday tomorrow. It's going to be on the road, so that will potentially be maybe hopefully a win, but we have to wait and see. I mean, it's the Spurs, so let's hope that the Lakers will show up in that game tomorrow. So let's hope for that. Who lost the to Memphis? Who lost to Memphis? Oh, you talking about the Spurs lost to the Memphis Grizzlies? Okay, so or are you talking about the Lakers? I know the Lakers beat them twice. That's why they are undefeated because they faced them twice this year. So uh, I think you are talking about the Spurs, Daniel. So let me just make sure. I believe you are. So yeah, yeah, yeah. You're talking about the yeah, yeah. They did by 1 point. Wow. Okay. What a sad loss. Yeah, for sure. I mean, will the Spurs show up tomorrow? I'm not sure. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully the Lakers will get the win tomorrow, but we just have to wait and see. So yeah, uh, yeah, yeah, better be a blowout. Um, let's hope. Let's hope. I mean, if the Lakers do somehow get a blowout against the Spurs tomorrow, it will be awesome. But we just have to wait and see because Victor Wembanyama and any team really, every time any team that faces the Lakers, they always show up and play their best basketball. AKA freaking Trey Murphy, excuse me, for the Pelicans tonight. So yeah, I mean, we just have to wait and see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully you're right for tomorrow, but I doubt that. But let's wait and see about that for sure. Yeah, at least they keep winning. Yeah, the Lakers. I mean, they've been struggling for the past couple of games. I mean, I'm surprised they are 3-0 with the struggles that they've been dealing with, especially in first half performances. So it seems like it's a trend now. The second half performances for the Lakers, it's been a bit of a somewhat of a good effort in the second half. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, for the beginning of the season, the Lakers played better in the first halves, and it's kind of been that type of trend. What JJ has been implemented in his coaching skills in the first half is that the Lakers play better offensively in the first half. Then when it comes to the second half, I mean, third quarter, they keep managing the game as well as they can. But fourth quarter is where they really drop the ball half the time. And, that's kind of been that type of trend in the beginning of the season. But now with the new year and with Austin out due to injuries and other players being injured left and right, it's just kind of been hurting the Lakers in first half performances. Fourth quarter, third quarter is a bit of a surprise for me. I don't think it's going to last long, in my opinion. I think things are going to start get a little more pressure for the Lakers in the second half. So my hope is that they show up in the first, do what they've been doing, you know, shoot lights out in the second half, sorry, in the first half. And somehow when it comes to the second half performances, they manage the game as well as they can. Then fourth quarter comes about, they just do what they did tonight and just continue to attack in fourth quarter situations. But, you know, we know the struggles for sure for the Lakers, when it comes all said and done. So hopefully they get better. I think trades will potentially happen. I'm not sure for what, but all I know is that they should improve. More importantly, the defensive side of the ball more than anything. And when it comes all said and done, I mean, there is a potential, you know, maybe possibility that they can just try to improve our rotations more than anything. You know, trade Dalton Connect and get somebody in return that will help us out defensively. But you know, hopefully they do very soon. Hopefully. Thank you, Daniel, for all these comments. I really do appreciate it. I, love reading your guys' comments. And before I get into my analysis, it's just awesome. Awesome that, the comments that Daniel puts, it's really good questions and good feedback and his thoughts really about the game. And you guys, if those of you who haven't checked yet, go check out Daniel's YouTube channel. The guy knows his Lakers stuff, always talks about Lakers, and he also does gaming. So go check out Daniel on his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to him. He knows his Lakers stuff. So go check him out. Let's see here from Daniel. Smart better. Uh, smart better. Um, are you talking about how Smart played tonight? I mean, he played all right, for sure. Or you're probably talking about someone else. I'm not sure what you're trying to reference there, but yeah, if you're talking about Smart better, I mean, I'm I'm not sure what you meant by that. So, oh, okay. So let's see here. Yeah, really, not really yet. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah. So you were talking about the Spurs. Yeah, I thought so. I just saw the score. Yeah, yeah. The Grizzlies beat the Spurs by 1 point. Good for them. Um, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see here. Samurai Beast Warrior, welcome to the live stream. Really appreciate you joining. Magic Johnson needs to be Lakers GM. Uh, well, with the way how the Dodgers are potentially running are part of the ownership for the Lakers now, and Magic Johnson is part owner of the Dodgers. He could work his way into potentially being the GM or maybe president of basketball operations more. That's a more important job. No, I don't. Sorry, my fault. Let me take that back because there is somebody already in place as president of basketball operations. But when it comes to GM, you know, if Rob does not improve the Lakers roster and brings in defensive type players to help us out and better us rotational wise, so we can have a confident roster to go against top teams in the Western Conference, then he may keep his job. But if he doesn't, maybe Rob Pelinka's job is on the line. I can agree with you on that, Samurai Beast Warrior. No doubt about it for sure. So, yeah, I can honestly see that for sure. Um, but you never know. It's sort of up in the air. Maybe Magic Johnson may not want the job. I'm not sure. I mean, he did abandon us, you know, just abruptly just step down. I mean, I sure he did not like the situation, when it came to the organization and all that. But I don't know the way he left things. Did not like that, but he is still a legend, still a Lakers legend. Show him some love. As one of the greatest point guards in Lakers history. So, and the GOAT. When it comes to the Lakers franchise, I mean, Kobe's still going to be my number one of all time, but he's on that list. But it's sort of up in the air. Maybe he will. You never know. I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice new face, to see returning to Lakers management. But We just have to wait and see. I mean, if Rob does his job in the trade deadline and gets some really good assets for us and good players and some key ones, like a Herb Jones or somebody like that. I mean, it will be really good win for him in the trade deadline if he does pull that off. But we just have to wait and see. And if somehow he can pull off a trade, that a big trade or something, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be hard for him to pull off a big trade because I think they're trying to save their assets to potentially get maybe like a Giannis and Antetokounmpo, or maybe possibly the Joker, Jokic. That would be awesome if he does pull that off. If he does pull that off, his job is secured, no doubt about it. But we just have to wait and see. But I'm not ruling that out. Magic Johnson, I agree with you on that, Samurai. Beast Warrior for sure. Let's see here. I said he played okay. Oh, you're talking about Smart then. Yeah, Smart, he played all right. Are you talking about Jake LaRivia? Please verify that, Samurai. Sorry, Daniel. I think yeah, he played okay. You're talking about maybe Smart or Jake LaRivia because he played all right. Not the best scoring wise. He did have 4 rebounds, but he had, I think, 3 points last time I checked. So just want to be clear there. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, terrible GM. Yeah, I mean, he did pull up the Luka trade. So do you really think he's a terrible GM? I don't think so. He got AD. I mean, that he's been all right. He's survived a couple of times as a GM so far, even though the Lakers haven't been like the best team in the West. But but if he does not pull a trade off to help us, be competitive in the Western Conference, to at least somehow, if LeBron does end up, either retiring at the end of the year or somehow wants to move on and joins a different team so he can win another championship and then retire, then maybe Rob Pelinka's job will be on the line. But we just have to wait and see. Yeah, after Lonzo Ball. Uh, yeah, that is the only thing I had to criticize what um, Magic Johnson did. I mean, he missed opportunity. When you look at things now, he missed the opportunity to draft Jason Tatum, you know, De'Aaron Fox, you know, maybe what was Donovan Mitchell in that draft? I might be mistaken. I mean, he missed that opportunity. So uh, there was a lot of opportunities missed that. I mean, the storyline. I remember that year. That's when I had this channel. I debuted on YouTube. Was at the time ZSPN, and we really took off after that. After the draft, or during the draft, actually. And we had a great opportunity. I mean, lots of headlines. I mean, Lonzo Ball, LA native. The idea of he was just the hype that he was getting thanks to his dad, by the way. You know, and there was a lot of hype around him. There really, really was. I mean, he was being compared to being the next Magic Johnson, and the way Magic Johnson hyped him after the draft, saying that your jersey will be up in the rafters and all that. So there was a lot of hype and excitement, and I was excited. I mean, I was excited that we drafted Lonzo Ball and having the LA native guy potentially could be a guy that could change the franchise and all that, but it didn't work out. And obviously, missed opportunity with Jason Tatum and not drafting him. I mean, he was a Laker fan. He loved Kobe and all that. I mean, there's a lot of storylines and a type of things that could have worked well for for the Lakers to get a Jason Tatum, or somehow maybe a De'Aaron Fox, who I heard there's a lot of hype around him that Magic should have drafted him over Jason Tatum and Lonzo Ball. I mean, I heard about that. I didn't really get it, but I think maybe at time we needed a point guard or something. I'm not sure, but But yeah, missed opportunity there. We learn from our mistakes. That's the only thing that I would criticize Magic Johnson was because of that draft. But uh, but he did get us LeBron though. I mean, but whatever. I don't know. LeBron at the time was thriving, But anyway, other than that, I mean, what else did Magic Johnson do during his time with the Lakers? I mean, nothing really. I mean, other than LeBron. Uh, but Rob Pelinka got us AD, and he got us Luka. I mean, he did a good job so far with the type of moves and the Plan B mode after losing out on Kawhi Leonard, which was a good thing, by the way. Obviously, look how things are now with Kawhi. But you know, we can talk about many hours about the Lakers' flaws and good things, bad things that Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka did as managers of the team. But yeah. But let's move on here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the comment. I really appreciate it. Samurai Beast Warrior. Bob Myers should be a plan to be uh, Lakers GM if we can't get Giannis. Um, yeah, Bob Myers. I really like Bob Myers. I mean, if he becomes the GM for the Lakers, if Rob Pelinka doesn't work out, and he doesn't make any moves at the trade deadline to improve the team, I think, he'll be a nice fit for this Lakers team, no doubt about it. I mean, Rob Pelinka, if he doesn't do anything, then Bob Myers could be a good option. I just don't see Magic Johnson being the GM. I think he's probably doing well as it is, as part owner or of the or minority owner. Excuse me. Is he the minority owner for the Dodgers and also for the Washington Commanders, I believe. Um, so he has a lot on his plate. I don't really see him being the GM. And he's an owner. So, I don't really see that, him being the GM. So I think Bob Myers could be a viable candidate for the job if it somehow doesn't really work out. So, we just have to wait and see. But Bob Myers, yeah, but when it comes to Giannis, I don't see the Lakers making a trade for Giannis at the trade deadline. Maybe in the off season, possibly. But I don't know. I prefer the Joker. Okay, Nikola Jokic. I think he'll be a nice fit next to the Luka moving forward if LeBron retires or somehow just becomes the third option for the team and or something like that. I'm not sure. And if Austin Reeves still sticks around, it will be awesome. But just imagine that. I mean, Luka and Jokic together in LA. I mean, that just fits. The fit fits well with both of those guys. And when it comes to a center wise, if LeBron's still around, he will basically have a better version of AD. When it comes to what Jokic will bring to the table as a center. So, he's arguably one of the greatest centers of all time. With the way he's basically a point guard big. He's amazing. It sucks that he's injured, but at the same time, he when healthy, the guy is one of the greatest players of all time for in this league. And Giannis, he's awesome. That fit will fit well. Both of those guys are a great fit next to Luka. So um, I personally think so. I think it will be a nice uh, fit, both of those guys. But what will cost more? You know, uh, the Lakers could wait on Luka. Excuse me. Uh, they could wait on the Joker in 2020, or we are in 2026. It's my fault. So they could potentially go after him, but you never know. It's sort of up in the air. Um, but Giannis is also good too, but he'll be in his 30s. And I think Jokic is what, 28 or 29, or he's probably 30. I'm not sure, but they're around the same age. But Luka is much younger. But I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to happen at the trade deadline. Maybe in the off season for Giannis, but we just have to wait and see how things will work out because I think the Lakers are trying to save their assets, and especially going to the off season, they will have three first round picks available to trade, so they could package that, you know, somehow throw in maybe you know do a sign and trade situation with with Austin Reeves, but that's also a problem too because they have. I don't think they will have a lot of assets player wise. I mean, um, that they can throw in a trade. I mean, the only asset they have will be Austin Reeves, and Rui's contract, will expire at the end of the year. So, or at the end of the season. So, yeah, I think a trade at the trade deadline will be the only alternative for the Lakers to get Giannis. But uh, it's a bit of a question mark. It's a bit of a question mark. So, because I don't know, I just don't see it happening at the trade deadline. Off season, maybe, but you know, we just have to wait and see for sure. Okay, another comment here. I love these comments coming in. I'm 26 minutes in. I didn't even talk about the stats of the game, which is awesome. I love this. Thank you guys for the comments. I really appreciate it. But it's really awesome. I talked about it a bit, in the beginning of this live stream. But when you guys' comments come in, I just you know focus more on your comments than the actual game. But it's really awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, he got Nico to keep Luka trade quiet. That is true. Rob Pelinka was very silent. I did not see that trade coming. No doubt about it. I mean, everybody did not see that trade coming. It was the trade of the century. That's basically what people are saying now, and it has worked out. I mean, it's been awesome. You know, it is something that we have to really commend what Rob Pelinka did. I mean, we thought the AD trade in 2019 was a great trade on his part after Magic's departure and getting 2020 championship and getting a team assembled at the plan B mode after Kawhi and not getting Kawhi. I mean, it was such a really good tactic of what he made when he came to the team, getting Danny Green and just some really key players, to build around LeBron and Anthony Davis at the time, and it was awesome. It was an awesome moment to be a Laker fan at that time. So, um, so give credit to what Rob Pelinka did so far. I mean, since his tenure as a Lakers GM. So my hope is that once the trade deadline approaches, that he does do something to improve the team. And if we see improvements that are like A+ material, then I think his job is still secure, but it's still up in the air. So, but Bob Myers, I mean, he is not out of the question. Would I would see maybe the Lakers pursue him if they do end up firing Rob Pelinka. But it's sort of up in the air. So we just have to wait and see. But Nico, man, I mean, if he somehow worked his way to being part of the Lakers management as an assistant GM or somehow just gets a consultant role or something, then why not? Why not? Big baller brand. That was such a joke. Such a joke. Oh my god. LeVar Ball, man. I mean, he's a character. He was a character at the time. Lots of hype, a lot of hype around him and his boys. LaMelo Ball. I mean, he ended up being a better player than his brothers for sure. But and he still is. I mean, still playing at a high level. So, But they bought a brand, though. I feel sorry for those who bought the brand, so or their shoes or whatever shirts that they whatever. It is what it is. Go Lakers. Thank you, Daniel. Absolutely. Sabonis to Lakers. Yeah, no, I talked about Sabonis a long time ago, a couple of times about the Lakers pursuing him. And I really think he'll be a nice fit next to Luka for sure. If they can't get Jokic, which is it's so high up there, I don't see the Lakers ever pulling off a trade with the Denver Nuggets. If anything, free agency is a possibility. But if they can't get either Giannis, then maybe Sabonis could be another option for sure. Uh, sort of remains to be seen if they will pull it off or somehow get a trade for him. But it's sort of up there. So Sabonis to the Lakers. It's not out of the question. I can honestly see that happening, but maybe as a free agent more than anything, I can see that happening. But we just have to wait and see. But I like that. I like that type of trade. Giannis just turned 31. Jokic turns 31 in February 19. Oh, so they're both the same age as that. Yeah, I thought. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why I thought Jokic was younger. So I don't know, but a couple of years, being with the Lakers, if both of those guys, if one of those guys end up with the Lakers, just a couple of years, 5 years with the Lakers if they just stay healthy and play at the high level that they always are. But it could be a possibility. You know, but work. It's kind of works with this timeline of Luca. You know, but I don't know. If I had to pick a more realistic target, would probably Giannis, but he is under contract though, so you just have to make the contracts match if you are going to trade for him. So, and like I said, in the offseason, I don't think Lakers have assets wise, player wise, to match any contracts for Giannis. So, sort of up in the air what they can do, but it's such a question mark at this point. It is really is about these two, but don't rule it out. It could happen. So we just have to wait and see for sure. All right. Again, thank you guys so much for the comments. I really appreciate it. And just real quick, I'm going to read or no, sorry, give my analysis about the game. So without further ado, let's just get right into the Lakers win tonight versus the New Orleans Pelicans, 111 to 103, with a big fourth quarter run that they went into against the Pelicans tonight. It was an awesome turn of events after just a couple of struggles in the second and third quarter for the Lakers. But in fourth quarter, the Lakers once again show up with the performances of our star players. Luka, with 30 points, and LeBron with 30 points, combining with 60. So it was awesome with their scoring ability. And, it's not anything too surprising. I mean, this is LeBron and Luka we're talking about, but, they really showed up in this game along with DeAndre Ayton showing up, other than Jake LaRivia, who past couple of games he's been on a roll since the start of the new year. So, but tonight, I guess he didn't want to show up in this game scoring wise. He did have 5 rebounds, so let's give him credit for that with 2 steals. But Luka tonight with 30 points, went 3 of 10 from the three, had 10 assists out there and 2 steals, 1 block. So a solid night, great night for Luka Doncic tonight. LeBron James carrying this team tonight with his greatness. 30 points out there, went 3 of 5 from the three, and had also 8 rebounds and 8 assists with 2 steals and 1 block. So great night for LeBron out there. Jake LaRivia, as I mentioned, 5 points. Did not have the best performance out there, but he had 5 rebounds and 2 steals. So a solid night for Jake LaRivia out there tonight. Marcus Smart had 13 points out there tonight. He did struggle from. Oh, sorry, my fault. I don't know why I thought he had 5 fouls, but probably was thinking about Jared Vanderbilt. But anyway, um, had 13 points with 3 of 7 from the three, had 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, just to fill in that void of what Austin Reeves brought to the table, he's been awesome for us, especially adding on the defensive ability that he is well known for throughout his career. Was awesome to watch, and he really showed up out there tonight. A solid night for Marcus Smart, and then DeAndre Ayton also stepping up with his 18-point game and had 11 rebounds out there tonight with 1 steal and 2 blocks out there tonight for the Lakers. So he played great, had an awesome performance, filling in the void of what Jake Olivia has been doing for us for the past couple of games. He just stepped up to the plate and showed up to help out Luka and LeBron James in this game. So a great night for DeAndre Ayton. Hopefully he keeps it up, and hopefully he shows up tomorrow, as he did tonight against the Spurs and against Victor Wembanyama tomorrow. So let's hope that he does for sure. Our second unit, I mean, they were not bad. I mean, Jared Vanderbilt, showing up in this game, with his, you know, with his defensive efforts out there tonight. He did have 7 points, so let's give him credit for that. But uh, you know, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals out there tonight. So great night for Jared Vanderbilt. Um, Dalton Connect. Um, Let me say this. He did show up at times, at key moments, at key situations in the game, but still, guys, as I mentioned before, we really, really desperately need to improve our bench role players. Really, we really need to. We need to add some defensive efforts, add some scoring to the table, and also just, the ability to shoot, you know, bring some shooting efforts coming off the bench. But he did what he can. He went 2 of 4 from the three. So with the way things are and how he's been performing as of late, these are the type of games or type of efforts that we just have to accept what Dalton Connect brings to the table. But you know, once the trade deadline approaches, if there's a trade out there that will help us out defensively and bring some, legitimacy when it comes to the role players stepping up, if they do end up with the Lakers somehow, I'm not sure who, but maybe it has to surround Dalton Connect in a potential trade. But we just have to wait and see. But it is what it is. He had an okay night. And then Jackson Hayes had 2 points and 3 rebounds. He had 1 block and 1 steal. Um, but this is the rotation, not the best, but you know, with no Austin Reeves and just no like solid rotational players showing up, then you're gonna get what you get when it comes to the bench role players. But my hope is that a trade does happen very soon that will increase or better our rotation for sure moving forward after the trade deadline. So we can be competitive in the Western Conference. But it is what it is. I mean, the Lakers did get a win, and they are 23-11. They're like the third seed last time I checked. So they're pretty comfortable where they're at within the standings. So hopefully they continue this. And if they just show up tomorrow with another win, beating the Spurs, I think the Lakers will be in a good, comfortable situation within the uh, the Western Conference. So, you know, let's just hope for that. I mean, with Austin Reeves still being out, likelihood of him returning will be after the after the trade deadline, or maybe after the All-Star break too. So, it's going to be a while. But as I mentioned, probably in a couple of live streams ago, the month of January is going to be a bit of a struggle for the Lakers for sure. I believe they're going to go on the road at the end of January um, for 8 games on the road. So that's going to be a struggle for the Lakers. Hopefully they show up, because you can just tell that there's some flaws on the Lakers when it comes down to the lack of defensive efforts. So, and some players not showing up and helping out LeBron and Luka. So these are the rare type of games where, DeAndre Ayton, Jake those are the guys at this moment that will show up for you now. No Rui. I didn't bring up Rui. So, he is injured. Then you have Austin Reeves who is injured. I mean, some key players for the starting lineup is not in play. So we need, you know, Marcus Smart. We need, Jake Larivia. We need DeAndre Ayton to show up in these games and dominate, like we've been seeing so far from those guys so far. So um, hopefully they keep it up and show up to help us win games. If Luka LeBron are going to do their thing as always, they need that type of help, for sure, from the guys I mentioned to help us win games. That's the only alternative, because Dalton Connect's not going to do it. For sure he's not going to do it. Jared Vanderbilt, though, he is going to potentially do his thing as always. But there's no doubt about it. I mean, the Lakers do need to improve the bench role more than ever. So hopefully it happens soon. Hopefully it does. So, but we'll take this win tonight. The Lakers win against the Pelicans 111 to 103, and in a big fourth quarter run. Uh, Great night for Luka and LeBron combining with 60 points out there tonight, and DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart showing up in this game. It was just a great effort, and it was against the Pelicans though, so it was one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. So this was supposed to be easy, winnable game, but the Lakers did struggle. So as Daniel puts it, in the beginning of the live stream, it was an ugly win. But we'll take this win every chance that we get with the way things are now, with the roster, with the rotations. No Austin Reeves, no Rui. It's been a struggle for the Lakers. So hopefully it gets better very soon. And if trades do happen, hopefully it will be the benefit for the Lakers to go for defensive skill sets, and more than anything, whichever trades out there, hopefully it will help us out in the long haul. So let's hope for that, so we could be competitive in the Western Conference. So let's just hope for that. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, I want to thank Daniel for your comments on here. I really appreciate it. And also I want to thank Samurai Beast Warrior, and also I want to thank uh, yeah, just yeah, I want to thank everyone for joining me on ZSN on YouTube. I mean, you guys are just awesome. And just see the comment here. Nice to be playing the yeah, yeah. I mean, let's be real here. Okay, I get it. Thank you for that comment. I mean, we all have to make it well known. It was against the Grizzlies, and now tonight with against the Pelicans. It was supposed to be easy wins for the Lakers. So for me, every time I posted with the thumbnail, undefeated and everything, it's because, the Lakers are beating teams that are winnable ones. So it's obvious, but tomorrow will be a test. If the Lakers show up and dominate, and really show up when it comes to the Spurs and other teams that will be competitive in the month of January, hopefully it will be good. Hopefully, but like I said, with no Austin Reeves and just the way the defense is, it's lacking for sure. So hopefully things start to get better for the Lakers. But we just have to wait and see. We really have to wait and see how things turn out. And if Rob Pelinka does pull off a trade that will help us out, maybe the Lakers will hopefully get things back on track and be competitive again in the Western Conference. But yeah, it was against the. I get it. Yeah, that was. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So, but hopefully things got. It will. Hopefully tomorrow will be a test if the Lakers do show up and beat the Spurs tomorrow. But we have to wait and see. But guys, join me tomorrow for the Spurs matchup after the post game show. Uh, that we will break down the game, and hopefully the Lakers will beat the Spurs tomorrow. But let's hope and wait and see for that matchup if they do show up or not. So hopefully, let's hope they show up. Thank you all so much again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. So follow me all across social media there. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.